Hi all. Right, welcome back to Enrich in Kharkov, Soviet Soul, take 2, part 53. Right, well, you might well think this is a new day after that for part 52, but I've actually just uploaded that and, well, starting to put it together, uploading it. And although I was giving you that spiel about not doing too much, whatever, I don't know, I kind of felt like that whole part, my impulse, the Germans' impulse was a bit, meh. So I've come back now. No guarantees I'll get all any like a whole part done here, but yeah, I might not have the time for that unless it went smooth. But yeah, I feel like I've still got a bit of time and my head's okay, and I feel like trying to do a bit more. Although I'm going to do this, and then of course before I press record, I was like, well, I could do this, you could do this, and did consider the staff cut to deploy the 3 units we've got on reserves. Yeah, and it does say there, if you notice, from turn 7 plus, removed from the game if played for any purpose on game turn 7 or after. So this is game turn 6. We're not going to see this in game turn 7. So we're only going to get one more use of this. When game turn 8, we'll be able to use it, and then that'll be out of the way. Well, I say game turn 8. It might. That depends on the 2 random cards, of course. So we're only going to get one more use of it. But I do feel like, well, do I need to activate another army? And I mean, this whole thing about being stacked with other units, we're seeing that's not happening that much. I mean, okay, we got a little bit of it in that last impulse, and maybe worked out quite well actually. But yeah, and the fact these 3 reserves though are going to come back in for free in the next turn, I thought maybe just keep hold. Oh, I do have a 40th Army unit in the. No, you know what? I'm going to keep it because I think I'd like to activate 40th Army again this turn. I've used the Vornes front card. So, and then this is us using a 40th Army card, so I might use Stavka for that. Now, okay, so yeah, I'm going to do this 40th Army, and I've got a rather crafty looking little move here. Well, I think it is. Well, I'm not looked at it fully, so it could probably collapse in a second anyway. So we do want to go. I get white. I don't know if you need that light on or not. We get a bit of shadow when I come across. Hang on. I'm not sure it's really needed. No, maybe it is. But that will get dark there. It does look a bit darker, doesn't it? I'll put it back on. Just you will get a bit of a shadow in my hand coming in, I suppose. Yeah, I think it does brighten it up, doesn't it? So, well, let's just start right now, because this guy, I know I want to get this guy surrounded. We're going to have a go at this guy. So I'm activating 40th Army. Activate all units 40th Army. So 1, 2, 3. Right, he can get in the back, and he's the only unit that can get there. So I'm as well just doing that. So, but I now have. I've got 2 4 strength. One of these is a 3-stepper as well, and then 3 infantry units there, and then the armoured unit, which I'd like to get involved. And yeah, I know there was this whole thing about, well, should I not put him in Kharkov? But here's where my cunning plan comes into action. What I thought was, out of all these units, well, let's just move this guy into place because he's only got one choice as well, I think, and that is 1. I don't know. He doesn't need to go up the road. Yeah, and he does have only one choice because this is a broken X. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's his only choice of getting adjacent to that second SS unit and being able to have a go here. So, and that's 3 steps. So as you can see, none of these are 1-steppers. So I can only get 5 units in total between these two hexes, and I can't get anything around into this hex. When I first looked at that, I thought, can I not get him in there? And to be honest, I could have, well, I suppose I was blocking this area, wasn't I? But I could have maybe moved him in there, couldn't I? Well, that wouldn't have mattered either. Anyway, look, we've done what we've done. But I thought to myself, what if I get an activation of 40th Army again? Can I move this guy back to Kharkov? Because that could be quite important. And I thought, well, I mean, admittedly, if he's in his zone of control still, this plan won't work. But if not, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, he's one short of Kharkov. And I thought, well, can I not strategically move him? I thought, well, no, because I would need a unit in his army further south than Kharkov, or as south as Kharkov. So my current plan was, why don't I grab one of these guys that can't join this battle and move him just now to a position. And I was thinking about here as well, because I've been, actually I don't think I can reach there, can I? No, I was hoping there. 2, 3, 4, yeah, I can only get here. Or could I get there? I could, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could get there maybe. Which isn't bad, it's not, I mean, ideally I'd like to be in there. But, well, you can't, Grant, so. And then, well, obviously the thinking is there that if I've got something as south as Kharkov, and then we can activate 40th Army again, not only can I move this unit that's here, or where is it going to be? He's going to be here or here. Now you might want to watch that. If he was here, he's probably going to... Well, probably could move that unit to Kharkov, but I could strategically move, as long as Kharkov's not threatened and there's German units adjacent, I could strategically move this guy back into Kharkov. So I thought that sounded alright, because, I mean, yeah, we probably want to keep this force here, assuming nothing goes wrong here. We'll probably want to try and take on this Rouse unit and then finish this Rouse unit off. Quite probably, but I mean, initially I want to keep these things, you know, keep the ability to be able to do that if things go really wrong, you know. So it sounded like an okay sort of idea. So strength-wise though, would it matter if I took a 4 strength unit away or a 3? If I took a 4, it'd be 7, 11, 15, 22. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I remember it now, because it was 71 odds I was getting. Yeah. So, so it'd have to be one of the ones from here, wouldn't it? Yeah. So if I move one of these, 1, 2, 3, I mean, it can go in either one of these hexes. And these have got a unit adjacent. Yeah, well, I can't. Well, actually, I could go in there and give him a unit adjacent as well, but that's not really. Well, maybe these are things you should be thinking about, Grant. You know, if I went 1, 2, 3 into here, giving this guy unit adjacent, does he really need it? He's got a decent enough strength, I think, isn't he? He's got 10 strength. Does he really need a +1 to that 10? Sorry. But if I could fill this gap, this is the hex I want to reach, but no, I think I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come down here. So 1, 2, 3. It's just a case of, do I want it here or here? It kind of feels like this one may be slightly better, maybe. I'm not 100% sure though. Yeah, I do think that looks like a slightly better hex. But and now, however, is that approximate to Kharkov? 1, 2, 3. It would be, yeah. Assuming he wasn't having to break zone of control. Okay, let's go with that for that guy. And then coming up here now. So the rest of these guys. Now, I think the best thing to do is put the 3-stepper in beside the mechanised 3-stepper. So 1, 2, 3, I'll put them underneath. So that's 2 units with 6 steps though, in that Woods hex. And then, yeah, the rest of the guys are 1, 2, 3, and these two are 1, 2, 3, 4. Into there, put that guy down below. And there we are. So we've got this unit surrounded. Yeah, I'd like to think we've got a good chance here. It's surrounded. So that's all the units moved. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's not mess about. So I've got 2. And that's 11. 13 and 9. So 22. 22 to 4 is 71, isn't it? Oh no, I've got that wrong. I've got that wrong, haven't I? I've not counted that right. What is that? 22? That's 5 to 1, Grant. Where was I getting 7 to 1 from? I'm thinking it's a 3, haven't I? Well, you know what? There's not. I mean, what I could have brought 1 more strength than. I couldn't have got them all in anyway. There's no way that was why I thought about this idea about letting that guy just hang back, bit of protection here. Also give what is it? Strategic movement chance for well, not just for the. That's what would the infantry. No, I wouldn't, because it'd be it'd be 1 shot. Right, so I have counted that wrong, by quite a bit. The only other thing was, what combat tactics have got? Reinforced battle, no. Combat engineers. Now, combat engineers for us. Yeah, it adds 1 to the strength. They get a better deal out of that, don't they? Yeah, they get to add 2 to the strength. If no IP is present, we get a choice, do we? No. Do we get add 1 to the strength, remove an IP? Well, I suppose you get but we get a bit of both. So adding 1 to the strength. Even if we brought the 4 strength unit, we would have 23. That would be 24. So, right, hang on. I'm not counting this right, am I? 22, and we've got 4. Grant, where's your simple? I'm not that stupid. 5 to 1 is 20. It is 24. We need for 6 to 1. So is that not possible? I think it is. If I brought the 4 along and played the combat engineers, that gives us 24. And actually the combat engineers, it is just the pop-off units card. To get 6 to 1. The thing is, I think we've got enough chip pools. And does it matter the fact that guy's in a town? Right, combat engineers for the Soviets. Add 1 to combat strength, remove an IP marker from the defender's hex if present. And then the defender can't apply the combat engineers. Well, he can't anyway, he's in a town. So I could do this. Well, let's see how many chip pools we're getting. We're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because these are 2 3-steppers. So to be honest, we're getting, with the setup we've got just now, we're still getting like 5 to 1 and 8 chip pools. Is that not satisfactory, Grant? I don't need an extra chip pool. Well, I say I don't. No, I don't. I've got him surrounded. Oh, he's got a defender adjacent. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, he's in a town. But the engineers doesn't. It only adds 1 strength. So it's up in mods to 6 to 1 and give me an extra chip pool. And I'd need to leave the 3 strength unit across here and switch that for the 4 strength one. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to just take my chance with what I'll go. Plus I'm playing an extra card, which, okay, like Martin reminded me recently. Having more cards isn't maybe, it's not that great a thing. And I suppose when you're in combats, maybe I should be seriously thinking about burning cards, That's your chance to burn some cards. Yeah, that's true. Oh, our good pop-off, right? It's a units card, right? Give me a sec just to think about this a little more. Okay, I was almost about to say, right, I'm going to play this. And okay, I might still, because I don't think I've got a great need for this card. However, it just caught my eye. Look at the event. It's engineers. The event. I mean, that means you've got to use a separate impulse, and that's why I'm saying about burning combat tactics on cards like that. And that's probably what you guys out there are saying you should be doing at this stage. Don't give the Germans too many impulses. Like, you've got a chance to play a combat tactic here and do it. If I don't do that and I do use it for the event engineers, that's another impulse for the Germans. I was thinking, I could get an IP on here with that, an IP on here, maybe an IP on there if I felt the need, or here, or even down the other side. I'll come down here because just to look at the pop-off situation. An IP here or here maybe. Yeah, but again, like I say, you're then giving the Germans extra impulses. So just thought it would come down here. It's a MOA group pop-off units card, so I would activate 2 unit stacks of pop-off. What would I do? I don't think there's a need to do anything down there just now. I think I'm just sitting waiting on the Germans coming at me. There might be some clever sort of things to do. I don't know if like maybe stacking this all together might be wise. I don't know, having a unit adjacent is quite good. And don't really want to move stuff out of that. That's 7 in there, so it's not too bad. I don't know. I'm not sure what I would do with that. But playing that card for engineers does appeal. Now, whether one of the IPs would come down here, but I think an IP probably in here. Well, in here I think would be wise, Like I say, it's an extra impulse I'm giving them. I'm giving them an extra turn, really. Yeah, and that's that. Yeah, I should use this, shouldn't I? I should use this for combat engineers, because I'm not interested in using it to activate it for the card, apart from using it for the engineers, though. I don't know. Right, I'm not going to play it. I think I should be playing it, but I'm not. And and it's not really about the 6 to 1 and the 9 chip pools. The 6 to 1 probably. I don't think I need 9 chip pools, but then I think what you would be saying to me is it's 1 less German impulse. I think you're probably nodding your heads right now. And I think that's what I should be thinking, but Apparently I'm not. Well, you can still do it if you want, Grant. How many cards are left in the draw pile? There's still a few, isn't there? I've got 5 cards in the draw pile. And if I play combat engineers, I'm going to draw 2 of the 5. Get to the end of the turn quicker. You've got 23 victory points, you know. You get there quicker, you've still got 23 victory points. Come on, Grant, I'm trying to convince you. I get myself in a right pickle with some of these decisions. Right, okay, I've been on pause again for another 5 minutes or so there. Try to decide this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I guess the Germans got a kind of poor impulse the last turn, but then take advantage of that, Grant. I'd quite like to play the engineers event. I'm still not sure. Really. What do you like, Grant? Okay, another 5 minutes on pause, and now I've decided I'm going to play it. Right, I'm doing it. I'm playing combat engineer, so I need to quickly, before I change my mind, the 3 strength unit that was here, we need him to swap places, and all that was fine. If you remember, we had 2, 4 and a 3 that were proximate to this hex, and I choose the 4 because I didn't need the 3. Well, now I need the 4, so that takes us 12, 14 and 9 is 23, and playing the combat engineers gives us 24, so ups the odds to 6-1. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see that bit making a difference. I'd like to draw a 6-1 and get a D2, but and also gives us an extra chip pool. I don't think that's relevant, but I think the fact that we're getting the chance to play an extra card as a combat tactic, and I mean, some people might even think, well, you play play this as a combat tactic as well. Burn some cards so you get. I think you've got to get a balance there, but yeah, just that engineers event would be so. But then it gives the German. I'm by doing this, I'm giving the Germans one less impulse. That's what I need. That's important bit here. Right, I'm doing it. I'm playing it. So well, it doesn't have any other effect, unfortunately, because they're out of town anyway. Okay. Right. Well, what do we need? We need a German combat tactic now, don't we? Don't right. Play combat tactics. Draw German card. Right. Right. Okay. So here's their combat tactics. So now we're going to be locked into this. Right. Let's do it. Artillery and reinforced battle. My first Panzer Army card, well, there was that out of the way, I suppose. Okay, artillery, I've not got space to put these. Well, I can't reinforce battle because we've got them surrounded, so this unit can't just move in. But artillery is going to work. So they are going to get artillery. Now we had combat. Well, actually, combat engineers does still apply. If you remember the last time, I took the card away saying that's it, done its thing, and then I think a combat chip was drawn. If you draw a combat chip with combat engineers on it, that will apply. So I'll keep the card around, and they've got artillery, so we'll just chuck that there. And well, I need to zoom in to find a space for chits anyway. So Okay, so they've got artillery. We have played combat engineers. We have 6 to 1, maximum of 9 chip pools, minimum of 2. We've both got armour. He's in a town, he's got a defender adjacent. So, yeah, the odds are the ones we want, right enough. Because, I mean, flank doesn't even matter either. I mean, it's, yeah. Okay. Right then, well, let's do it. So, no chit's been drawn this turn yet. So, it's a fresh cup. So, we'll get the minimum of 2 and a maximum of 9. So, I'll get the 2. And yeah, we're in Soviet support, as you can see. We put the support marker down, which was part of this. Yeah. Okay, I'll get the first 2. Well, you know what? I said, right, stop this drawing 1 chit at a time, Grant. Just draw the minimum 2, and then, you know, okay, while you're drawing the rest of them, but come on. I've got to show you. I've got to show you the first chit that was drawn. Well, there you go. Hopefully that's going to be how it's going to go. Right, I'll get the other one. Okay, so air power for the second chit, so nothing doing there. So D2 right away. That's pretty awesome. I'm still scared to how things are going to go here. Remember, if we do take a hit, it's going to have to be on... First hit's going to have to be on one of these 2 units. So, well, it's going to be on the infantry, I think. But I'd rather not take a hit at all, but this is where we've got to decide how many chits we want. Well, D2, I mean, he's in town, so that's 1. So he's not even retreating yet. I mean, I'm saying 9 chits weren't maybe what I needed, but I mean, I definitely want to go to 7. I actually think I want to go all in here. I mean, it's risky. I mean, if I draw artillery chits, defender adjacent chits, they're the worst I could get. Yeah, I'm going to draw the all 9 though. I'm going to draw all 9. Right, so I'll try and weigh out 7 more than now, but I suppose if something fun happens along the way, I'll cut in. Right, here we go. Well, that's fun. So, and it's large attack. It's one of the large attacks. And I thought, well, okay, but what's on the other side? 6 to 1. Wow. D4. Although now I'm committed to 9 chits, whereas I want to just drop that to 7 now, but I can't. So 6 to come. Okay, I wasn't going to butt in here, but I kind of need to because well, actually I don't. There's nothing to reshuffle, so I suppose I could have just moved on. But quite interesting. The priority side of that is less than 1.5 to 1 or attack not supported. So there you go. Just shows you how the support could really kick you in the butt. You could have 2 to 1 odds easily, right? We've got 6 to 1 odds here, but if we weren't supported, they'd be using that side. However, we are supported, so that's another hit. For right, yeah, that's D5. In fact, I need. Is it not D5? I need to eliminate 1. It is. Can we not just stop here? Right, no, we can't. So 5 more chits to draw now. Yuck. Right, there was nothing to shuffle in, like I say, so I'll try and get the other 5 now, right? Well, I'll jump in a bit here again. This was the next again chit, but look at these 2 we got. I would have preferred this to be a D-1, I think. Artillery 1. But it is what it is. So now we're sitting at 2 hits ourselves, which isn't great. So 5, 6, 7, 2 more to come. Okay, well, thankfully it didn't get any worse. This was a large attack. This is one with 7 to 1 in the back. So again, 5 to 1, 6 to 1, 7 to 1 in your large attacks. Well, that one's good. That large attack still worked for us. It's not one of the A1 ones, so there is that. So that's 3, 6. That is 9 chits. We've got the unit though, haven't we? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got D7. The bad bit is we've got A2. So okay. And combat engineers card, right, I can get rid of that. Nothing happened there that we need to know about. And then they played artillery. Well, we've got them marked up for an artillery, so the good part about that was it used the 1st Panzer Army card, but it did give them that hit there. So right, so D7A2. Okay, so just think I've shuffled all the chips back up. I forgot. They all go back in the cup anyway because it was a replenished chip. But I mean, we had 261 chips there that wouldn't have counted, or would one of them be in a large attack? I think so, which would have gave another hit to us, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's a pity I chucked them away. I think one of them was a 61 with a large attack with an A1 on it, wasn't it? I just, obviously, I was sitting at 5-1 initially, wasn't I? So yeah, the outcome would have been quite a bit different, I think. But we still got 2 hits. However, I suppose, let's face it, this guy's gone, right? He's taking 1 hit for the town. He's still got 6 to take. You know, yeah, he's gone. So he's going in the eliminated units box. We never got any defender adjacent shits there. That was really good. And yeah, the 6-1 definitely helped. I'm annoyed that I chucked the chess away now. Well, the last one was a 71. I think it was only the 2 that really made the difference, but one of them would have gave us a D1 hat and an A1 hat, and the other one would not have applied at all. So what did I say? We had D7, so that would have been a reduction of 3, would it not? Because the 261s were 4 hits, and we wouldn't have had one of them taking us down to 5, and we would have had only a D1 taking us down to 4. So in actual fact, yeah, we wouldn't have eliminated that unit, I don't think. I'll see when I'm watching it back, but I think that's right. Not that it matters. We've done what we've done, and like I say, we've reduced the amount of impulses the Germans get. We've also seen the 1st Panzer Army card coming out as a combat tactic, which, okay, did give them that benefit of a hit. Right, why am I showing space issues again? Right, okay, well I'm just about finished here. Right, so that's his hit satisfied. We've got 2 to take. We've got to take the first one. We said already it's going to be on this infantry here, the 3-step infantry. So that is unit number 100. So take him out. So yeah, this drops to a 3. So that's 1 hit. Now, yes, we could disperse everybody, but no, it's too early in the turn. And like I've said, part of my plan was that to be able to bring that armoured guy rushing back strategically, maybe just to get into Kharkov. Okay, if something moves adjacent to Kharkov, I can't do that, but... Right, and then the other hat, is it going on this guy? Probably. He drops from a 4 to a 2, so does he. And so does he. Well, that's that bit of the puzzle solved, isn't it? Yeah, I'm afraid the little guy is going to take the other hat. Then a 1, that satisfies that hat. Okay, so advance after combat. Ooh, yeah, two stack activation. Can we do that? We can. Look at that. We could advance them all into there. Right, let me just double check though, because my current plan. Move the card out of the way just now. Oops, sorry. If we move 1 extra into the town, oh, you're going to be adjacent to that guy, Grant. So you don't want to do that. There you go. There you go. Because I can't strategically move away if I'm adjacent to a unit. So I think that means he's staying here. Yeah, so I think we just move. Hang on, I'm going to get a control marker or an ownership marker. I'm going to add one more victory point for us. And then this guy's going to go in here, and this guy, not the mechanised unit, because then I wouldn't be able to strategically move him back. So that's us up to 24. So that's us sitting at the victory point total that we would need for, what is it? Yeah, end of game turn 9. Okay, and we're halfway through game turn 6. Not even, maybe. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, and I think I'll just advance to him. I mean, we are going to have a go at this guy, but I want to leave him safe so that he can dash back, just in case. If it's not the case, we're going to have a go at that guy, and I may well involve this guy, still knowing that he could dash back. But actually, activate any one unit. You could strategic movement at, can't you? Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Okay, right, I'll tidy them up, and I'm going to have to copy this bit across. I don't know, did I leave something else? Does this been a cut in between? I don't think, I mean, I'm only in 36 minutes here, and I'm showing in the red, so I don't know. Something going on. Okay, well, that's my impulse over. I've still got a bit more time, and you know what? I'm going to come back and have another German impulse. At least get it started. Not quite sure I'll get it finished, but we shall see. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Cheers. Hi all. Right, let's get part 53 finished. I copied that bit across last night, but it was getting a bit late, so I didn't manage to get the German impulse done. Well, last night, but I'll tag this on to the end anyway, hopefully. It wasn't that big a footage, I don't think. Although I'm cringing to look back on the first half of this video, because I just watched back in part 52, and what a time I took making my mind up about all this. I had to put a comment in the header saying I was sorry, because, you know, I don't know, I mean, by all means take that time if you want, Grant, but not while it's recording. I should have paused. It's just I kept thinking about different things and different ideas, and I suppose that's why I didn't pause it all the time. It just kept changing my mind. But I'm kind of cringing about, because I made a similar sort of, I do recall pausing it a couple of times though, but I was like, couldn't decide if I was going to play the combat tactic or not, and eventually did. I've not looked back on that yet, so I might be putting apologies in on that part as well. Yeah, it does get a bit, when I'm looking at it and saying, Grant, just go on with it, or pause it just now, Grant, and think about it. You know, I'm actually saying that back to the footage. It kind of tells me that, yeah, fair enough. If I want to spend that time thinking about it, then, but not put you guys through quite as much pain. I'm sure you have to you're put through enough without, you know, overdoing it completely. Anyway, okay. Anything to talk about? Yeah, actually. Just the one. Although John Brown is catching up. He's on part, was it 21, I think, John? Anyway, thanks for your praise. He commented that it was a good catch. I mean, we're going back quite a bit now, but John tends to be slowly plodding along. Life gets in the way, I think. more so for him than the rest of us, maybe. But yeah, it's when I put the 2 reduced units, I deployed them both in there, and I must admit I was pretty chuffed with that, realising that the other unit went in there. But I was maybe lucky rather than good though that I had spotted it. But anyway, thanks, John. Hope you're enjoying it. Maybe you'll catch up soon. Well, maybe not. Right, and then Martin made a comment on that town. Apparently he had noticed that during playtesting, so and mentioned that, and it never got addressed, which makes him think that it maybe shouldn't have an arrow. He does also comment that he doesn't understand why that town would be special and not have an arrow, and I don't understand either, and I'm totally convinced that there should be an arrow into this hex here. Now, if I activate third core again, I'm then going to have to sort of make my decision. You know, I mean, going by the rules, going by the map. These guys should be in this hex, I think. But I mean, look around. I mean, okay, I did spot there was another 2 or 3 hexes I did spot when I was looking, but you're talking map edge hex, there's one there. Right, okay, these here, they're kind of map edge, aren't they? And there's one there, no arrow in it. And there's one there. See, these are 2 adjacent, you know, they're on the map edge, but you point out one other hex that's not one of these map edge hexes, that doesn't have an arrow, and then I'll consider adjusting the units. You know, and I mean an arrow within the main play area. I mean, okay, there is 2 or 3 that are on the map edge, and then there's obviously this bunch down here in the Soviet area, but I understand them not being there. I mean, there is even a couple that actually creep into this area, just obviously to come into this. Well, there you go. There is a town that's not got an arrow, admittedly, but you can see the Germans. The Germans, they want to come down into that town, and you know, they're not then wanting to move any further. So, I mean, it is possible. I think if we got given a reason why there wasn't an arrow in it, hopefully John's going to pop back. I mean, it looks like he's maybe away doing other things just now. He was quite busy making comments on some of the questions, but I've noticed 2 or 3 questions went by and he's not had a response, so he's maybe busy with other things. I mean, I'm not knocking that. He's got, I'm sure, other more important things to deal with. Obviously, I think this is something that needs to come from the designer. I mean, the fact that Martin done the play testing of it and mentioned it, and it wasn't addressed then, whether that just got lost in translation, if you like, or whatever. But I'm still convinced there should be an arrow in that hex. So, but we will see. Hopefully, we'll all get an answer to that and some of the other things that are cropping up as well. Okay, and I left the cards with us because I didn't redraw my cards, and yes, we did play the combat tactics, so that was part of the reason to do that, just to speed the turn on a bit. So I'm going to draw up to my 5. So first card's army primary card with artillery on it, and I've got Popov primary. I get the feeling that's our last primary then. That is indeed. So we have 3 cards left in our deck, and they're going to be supplementals. I prefer to have got one of them, because I was hoping to get some replacement action going. Yeah, I'm not sure the 2 cards were. Yeah, I would have preferred to have drawn, seen what some of the supplementals might have been, but however, that's how it is. Okay, so we'll get them away and we'll get this German impulse going and get this this part finished off. Okay, next German impulse. Here we go. Kampf group for the 40 core. Okay, well that's, you can see them all there. Kampf group's going to, grab 4 of them maybe. But anyway, what have we got first? It's deploy. Well, there's nothing to deploy. Event is on turn 1 to 2. No, I was going to say there's no repair because they've got 2 units. So no event. Air interdiction. That's not air supply, right? That's different. They don't have any units. Oh, they do. They do have a unit out of supply. They've got this guy. I don't know if that's what air introduction does or not. Oh, you're joking. No. Remove a Soviet forward support marker from the map. If two markers are on the map, remove the marker providing support to the most Soviet units. Westernmost, if tied, does not apply if no Soviet support markers are on the map. Oh, that's painful. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that... well, I mean, I did just draw the primary Popov card, which has got an event to put back, to put a Soviet a forward support marker on. Well, that's going to happen. It's going to remove our support marker. Yeah, turn 5 plus, we're on turn 6. Remove the Soviet forward support marker from the map. F2, well, there's not 2, there's 1, so that's coming away. That's nasty. Well, I'm glad I got that attack in. However, I mean, are we willing to risk letting the turn run out with no support marker up there? I don't know about that one. Well, I mean, we wanted to do... yeah, that's not nice at all. I preferred them to just activate the R, to be honest. I mean, I'm not quite sure what they were going to get up to, but... well, it doesn't matter, Grant, that's what they're doing. Right. Okay, well, it's a quick impulse, if nothing else. So, that is that. Right, I don't know how long that first part was. Is it worthwhile me just cutting here and putting that together? Might be, hang on. Well, it is actually 36 minutes long, so that frightens me even more, that I've bored yous all with too much time wasting up there again as well. But I'll find out when I look back on that. Maybe get the chance tonight, maybe, possibly. Right, so I might as well cut this here and then put that part together and I can start getting it uploaded. And then, but I've got time just now, so, well, that's kind of throwing me. I thought I was going to spend a bit of time I had just now struggling over what the Germans were going to do, but it's back to us again. So, okay, well, I'll put this up and then I'll try and study the map a bit and see what I might want to do first. Now, bearing in mind, could it be a case of just putting the forward support marker down again? But right, well, anyway, I'll have a look about. I'll be back shortly. Okay, cheers.